welcome everybody to the second week of GFA Season 2. And today I have Khan with me doing a duo cast today. Welcome, Khan.
What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing today, man? So I get to watch my old team on my first co-casting back.
Yeah, and it's so crazy to see how far the GFA, these teams have come. I mean, having their own skins in the game. Got Aztecs with the white unis, and then Tidal with the black and blue.
The setup looks clean. Like, it looks like Aztecs is like an away team. It looks like Tidal's a home team. It looks good.
Once this game gets started, I'll bring the actual board. Okay. It looks like Tidal's going to be getting the ball first. Back going to be on the return. He might have a lane. And he does. He gets it all the way to the 40. A good return for Tidal at the beginning of the game. Starting off a good field position.
That's a great start.
So what Shaq did last game was starting off the game with a run. We might see that again just to set the tone and get a few yards on the board. That is exactly what's going to happen. Daze is there plugging up the gap, but not until a 5-yard gain.
And that was an easy 5 yards. I mean, every single block was perfect down the line.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty loose defensive formation there, but pressure on Shaq, but he gets away from it, giving himself time. Might have Toxic if he goes up. And he does. And he makes the play. 27-yard gain.
Shaq threw that a little bit under, and Toxic was able to still come up and make a play on it. That's a great catch by Toxic.
And Shaq with a lot of room. And they're already knocking on the door. A really strong start from Tidal. Aztecs are going to have to make a little bit of adjustments to try and stop that run. Shaq going corner. Overthrown. Not able to find AK there.
That's a good look. He had steps on his guy. Shaq knew, threw it. It was just a little bit over.
Back up the center, but not able to find the end zone. Only getting 3 yards. 3rd and goal at the 5, so we might be looking at a good defensive stop from Aztecs here. Let's see if they can that goal line stand. Rolling out to the right. Going front pylon, and he finds Toxic for the first touchdown of the game.
Quick little comeback from Toxic, man. I mean, the connection between them, he knows, he trusts them, and just puts it on the money.
Oh, and it's blocked!
Oh!
Gummy getting through. Great dive from Gummy there. I don't know if that was a missed block or if Gummy just had a really good reaction time on that.
So Gummy blocking that gives Aztec a chance to take this lead early if they could drive down this field.
Good tackle from AK. Both diving right there. That was very dangerous. If Krim stepped back just slightly, he has a pretty open lane on that right side. He's going to start off with a run.
Almost as much as Shaq got on that first one. She only got 3. It was close.
Jay's under pressure, but the dive goes askew and Rest not able to get there, so she's able to get the first down off of that missed tackle.
Yeah, Shaq had the edge and just completely whiffed it.
Another run. Daze has a lot of room. Getting it all the way to the 50. I think after that momentum of blocking that PAT, Aztecs with these runs, I think they're looking to really put a lot of pressure on Tidal. If they can get into the end zone on this drive and take the 1-point lead or a 2-point lead if they want to go for 2, which would be ill-advised, but see what happens here. Days. Kane just throws this one away.
That's a good throwaway by Days. She was trying to get the edge and then wrapped back around, knew that she couldn't get that edge and just threw it away. It's smart play.
Days faking the run, backing up to the comeback. Avoid misses it. And AK did dive there, so I think if Avoid catches that, they run down the sideline and at least get to the 20.
And there he
good
is.
Pass to Crims.
There he is. Like I said in the beginning, he is the get out of jail card. I mean, he is there when they need him.
Another run. This one going for 5 yards. So Days has 38 rushing yards so far. Tidal line has been really good in the run stop, but so far early on in this game, they haven't really provided that much pressure.
And Days, they're
and again, Days with another huge run, 16 yards. They're inside the red zone.
Days has all trust in the line right now, and they are giving her the room that she needs.
And Debo plugging up that gap this time. Crims on the left side with short field. They do run it to the left. He trying to run it up just the center. Both holes were plugged, so it was a good job by Tidal line to keep those gaps there, or to keep those gaps closed. Days faking the run.
Fake little run.
Going to the right, has time. Back of the end zone and finds a void. Good drive from Aztecs right there.
Days is playing mind games now. I mean, the fake run, everybody bit. Everybody bit. And then she was able to roll out and hit that route.
Ooh.
And now they take the lead.
And Grubb almost got through. Grubb was about like 1 foot off.
Yeah, the new field goal setup. I feel like a lot of people are gonna have to learn the way of that new field goal. There's gonna instead of the pinching in, there's gonna have to be a new way of blocking that.
Yeah. So what I've seen, even with like adjusting in old field goal, 5-yard run from Shaq, is that if you're trying to buy a little bit more time for your kicker, you want to do a slight step back while you pinch.
Okay.
And it finds AK on the sideline. AK with a lot of room, getting it all the way down to the 30.
Quick little 33 yards for AK. Made it look easy.
Early on, both these teams look very strong offensively. Good play calls. Short passes, long passes, runs. We're seeing a lot in this first quarter. Jack stepping up into the pocket. Gonna go to the right side. Finds Ices. Can he get there? Ices trying to make a move. And he doesn't get past the 5, but that was a good throw from Shaq. He had room in front of him to run, but decides to go for Ices, who does get more yardage. And Shaq runs it up the gut. And I believe there was a missed tackle there.
So, Shaq is too calm in this pocket right now. He literally is just working around his blockers and getting everything he needs from his blockers that are opening up players down the field. And they are just making them pay with these blocks.
Yeah, and that was good composure during that 2-point conversion.
Absolutely.
Knowing that you
That-
needed that to put the pressure back on Aztecs, knowing that even if they score a touchdown, they cannot take the lead unless they try to go for that risky 2-point.
Yep.
And Days finding room again, another 5-yard gain.
So let's see what Days comes out and does this drive. Last drive, really using those legs and able to dot up her teammate right in the back of the end zone for the touchdown.
Debo gets the first sack of the day. All the way into the second quarter, this is the first sack. Days rolling out to the right. Might have a void over the top, gonna look for him. AK gets behind though and gets the interception. I don't even think AK slid behind him to get that. I think he just blocked him.
He slid behind him last second.
Last second?
But see, there's players that you want to take that matchup against, and AK is not one of those people, man. His reaction time on those plays are just too quick, and he's gonna make you pay on those.
Back 0 yards. That one does count as a sack, so 2 sacks for Aztecs.
Third and 12. Let's see what Shaq could dial up here.
Oh, and another sack. 3 sacks in a row from Aztecs. And after throwing a pick, that is what you want your line to do, is put pressure on the other QB.
Yeah. Silver Arrow cut right in that close gap.
4-man rush. Shaq's gonna have to throw this one up. Arm punting. But he does find AK. AK grabbing the spot, bailing out Tidal, and getting them a new set of downs.
That was great work between them two. He trusted him, and he was able to make the play on it.
I believe Shaq crossed there. Oh, no, he didn't. He's going to find Ices for the touchdown. I thought he crossed.
And just like that, 2 plays, and you go that far and score a touchdown. That just shows how high-powered this offense is, no matter what receiver is on the field. They just make it work.
I don't think Aztecs have to worry too much about the score right now. It is still early in this second quarter. They can definitely they can definitely come back and and tie this game up.
Plenty of time left. They also get ball in the second half. So if they go down, they score here, they're looking at, a 1-drive game.
And Days throws that way short. And that is going to be picked off. And that's what I was saying at the beginning of the game. Like, even though she did step up, like, she had time after the step up, yet the throw was just way too short.
Yeah, the zone got her good.
And they're going for it all.
Yep,
what a catch by AK. Diving grab, and they're already on the 1.
Aztecs needs to shake off these turnovers and realize that the game isn't that bad. If they score here, yes, it's like a 3-possession game, but they have ball in the second half first. So
yeah,
if they let up points here,
like,
it is what it is.
You don't want to change your game plan too much. Like, what I see with running teams that get behind, they abandon the run a lot. Like, they switch to a more pass-oriented offense with a couple of runs here and there. But when they get rid of what makes their offense tick, and that's slightly overthrown. But once they get rid of that section of their offense, it makes it so much easier for the opposing defense to deal with, because they know what you're going to do.
So Tidal's going for this. If Aztec gets a stop here, this is big for them.
And they do.
And they did. All right. So I feel like Aztec needs to go back to their original game plan.
Yeah. That first pick was just a really good play by AK. They can't really look at that and go, "Oh, that was a bad pass. We have to get that better." It was just a really good play by the defensive
Exactly. Yeah.
quarterback. But the second pass, that was just an underthrown ball. I think thinking you have to get back into this game.
Yeah. So they just need to shake off those like jitters of the turnover, drive down this field, score. They get ball in the second half, and they will be right back in this game as long as they just stay composed.
Days backing up really far, able to get it to Jance. And good composure under pressure there.
That was a great throw.
She
Put it right over the defender. Like,
yeah, she was right next to that end line.
Yeah.
Days taking another run, 2-yard gain. But it looks like Aztecs are getting back into the swing of their offense. They looked a little bit shaky, allowing Tidal to get a 2-possession lead, but right now, slightly overthrown for Crims, but besides that, they're looking really decent, and they already got 1 stop on Tidal so far. They know they can get another stop. That's all they need if they can get a touchdown here. But Debo getting another sack, pushing them really far back. It is a 4th and 30. So I expect a 4-man rush here.
Jack looks like he's blitzing off the far edge.
Yep, that's exactly what's going to happen. Short throw, and that is going to be picked.
So right there, you know, they took some unfortunate sacks, which like put them really far back.
Yeah.
And, at that point, you know, you're trusting your receivers to make a play. And when the ball is short, they you know.
I mean, that ball kind of had to be short because Days had to get rid of it earlier. Grubb's getting a sack there on Shaq. But Days had to get rid of that sooner than she wanted to. She needed a little bit more protection, like 1 to 2 seconds more time. And they would have been able to throw up a 50 instead of just throwing that short. And really easy short pass to Icy's uncovered. And he might get that edge. AK misses the block, but Icy's able to get it all the way down to the 16.
Silver, your scoreboard is broken, by the way.
Oh, it is. I did not notice that. Oh, it picked by a void.
That's big. Avoid.
Let me take a look.
Getting this pick just now with 51 seconds left is just the momentum swing Days needs. They need to push down this field and get a touchdown.
Good sack from Grubb.
And Tidal's line just randomly getting these sacks like it's second nature.
And I apologize for the scoreboard. I didn't notice it. I don't know why it's acting up right now. It was working fine earlier. And a pick right back. That's not what you want to do.
The pressure from the line on Tidal's side is really, really getting in Days' head, it feels like. And it's costing them like overthinking these plays.
Back going for a deep ball. Slightly overthrown. Avoid was almost able to get back there and get the pick right back.
Yeah, Avoid almost came up very big. AK bit down on it, and Avoid was right there next to him.
Back getting that out to Toxic, and he dives out of bounds.
Smart play. Makes this throw to the end zone before half much easier if they get a chance to.
I mean, I don't even know if you necessarily have to go end zone here. If you get a short play that gets to the 30, you can just go for the field goal.
That's true as well. I feel like the way Shaq has been playing, he's going all or nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You don't really have too much time to center this ball, even if you can. I mean, a run to the right will center it up and get a 3-possession lead. But with that block... Oh, and a sack coming in from Silver Arrow, pushing them back.
I'm expecting this ball to go over to AK. I mean, that's their 50 guy, hands down. I wouldn't see it going to anybody else.
And that does go to AK. Let me see if this was the issue. It was the issue. I apologize for that. The logo ended up being too far over. And that kick goes up and through. So I do apologize for that. I'm really sorry about that.
So, Tidal scoring before half puts them at a 3-possession lead. And, you know...
So let's look at the halftime stats. Shaq 11 for 15 for 321 yards, 5 rushing yards after taking a couple sacks. Days only 39 yards through the air and 44 on the ground. So, I mean, we know Days ran for more. It's just she took a couple of big sacks that have really lowered that running stat line.
Yeah.
Oh, and Crim's finding the edge! Getting it all the way to the 44. Good start to the half for Aztecs.
So I'm looking at the stat line right now. And Days is 3 for 10. And 4 of those are interceptions. So there's only been 3 incomplete passes from her. So instead of forcing, we might need to see some like a little bit more throwaways. And just go down this field one pass at a time. Don't try to go for the big plays.
All those interceptions came off really long passes, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
I think if you just go for these shorter passes like that,
yeah,
that'll get you down the field a lot better than trying to go for it all.
You just gotta chip down, chip.
Days going for it all again. Not able to find Silver Arrow. I believe that was a leak play.
One more point to Aztecs score, by the way.
And I'm messing up today. Holy. I'm usually on point with the score. I just messed up completely today.
First and 10 for Days. The line is...
Oh, Resp getting her from behind. But now the Tidal line is starting to step it up a little bit.
Now, Resp is the logo guy, right? That's your guy's logo guy?
Yes.
There you go.
He's made logos and skins for quite a few teams.
Okay. He's coming up big on this defensive line right now.
He had, I believe, 5 or 6 sacks in their first game. Jack getting the tackle after Days gets an 8-yard gain.
This is exactly what they need on this starting drive of the half. To go down this field one step at a time. Just make sure this drive ends in points and they are in this game.
Yeah. You don't want to do any fancy plays here. You want to just, like, the run has been working. Exactly. Take that run in. You want to push this into the end zone. You don't need to do a pass play. Like, you know the run game is going to work for you. You've been able to push at least a few yards every time. They do get a pass play out. Oh, Crims dives, but it angles just a little bit off.
The new dive, it's where you're like aiming. It's not where like your keys are all. It's weird. I feel that pain. I know it. It happened recently. I know the pain.
And it's first and goal. All they have to do is just really run this in. Ices need to step up right now. That gap's open if Ices doesn't step up. Oh, she dives into the back.
That was a great block. It was just unfortunate.
Yeah, so Debo needs to push forward. Icy needs to push that right gap. Shaq needs to push that left gap. And that's exactly what they do. That's the only way you can really stop the run on a goal line stand.
So 3rd and goal. Let's see if...
Days able to weave her way. Not even a dive coming out from there.
She hit the old-fashioned halfback counter right there. Okay.
And that goes up and through. So they're only down 14 points. It's still 3rd quarter. There's plenty of time to get back into this. They just need another stop. which they've done before. I think they've gotten a few stops actually this game. One interception. They did a goal line stand. Icy's not able to get to the 30, only to 28.
That's a good special teams play. Not allowing Tidal to get more than like 20 yards on the kick return.
Back, finding some room, getting 8 yards there. But now we're probably going to see a little bit more conservative play from Tidal. They know they have a 2-possession lead, and they want to try to drain this clock as much as possible. Jack going towards the center, finds AK. The pass was a little short, but AK did a good job stepping up into that one.
Very scary right there. Avoid played that super tight. So AK coming up to make a play on that was very well on his part.
Then Shaq coming back with a comeback route to Toxic. Tidal already in Aztec territory again. Might find Ice. He's going to go to the center of the field, and that is going to be a pick to Crims.
Crims making another big play when they need it. Picking up that post route late into the route.
So Shaq saw basically a chance to, I think, put the dagger in on that play, and he wanted to go for it all, and he got tunnel vision instead of trying to find Ices, who was going on that in route across the field.
Yeah. That's sometimes, you know, the greed gets to you sometimes, you know. Like you see a guy, you think it's there, but you know, it's not always there all the time. So
but yeah, I think we're definitely seeing an off game from Tidal here. They're not looking as good as they usually have been. Like, Shaq is still throwing really good, 359, 13 of 18, but 2 picks. So, and they did end up falling short on one drive on that turnover goal line stand. So, I mean, the offense is not clicking as it usually has been these last 3 games. They still do hold a lead. Face pick! That is really unfortunate for Aztecs, but a huge play from Grubb.
Wow.
And as I say that, Tidal really just... Oh, man, that was just unfortunate on that face pick.
Grubb was in the perfect spot at the perfect time. Days knew that the pressure was there, and she had to get the ball away. And the only way that that ball was going to make it to the line of scrimmage was if they threw it down the right sideline. And because of that, Grubb was right there and was able to get the face pick, and nobody was there to stop him.
And Krim's trying to find some room on the right. I think if he went right there, he has a lot more room. He tried to cut back, but I think, like, one blocker on that kick return was blocking 3 people.
I mean, just like that, you know, that pick 6 puts Tidal back up into a 3-possession game.
Yeah.
It's getting late in the third. It's gonna be a tough. If there's a comeback, it is gonna be really tough right now.
Good short pass to avoid there. I mean, it's good to see Aztecs still not really panicking too much. We're still seeing the shorter plays, the runs, but I mean, it's a little bit too late for that now. Like, with a 3-possession, you gotta do a quick score here. Gonna try to find Crims on the sideline. Not able to find him.
So, the Tidal receivers, they understand what it is right now, and you could tell by how they're playing is they're just walking backwards at this point. You know,
it's basically SQ defense from here on out. You're forcing Aztec's hand with the lead.
Aztec has to score. They have to score quick if they want to make a comeback. They know, just don't let anything over the top. Give them whatever is short. They can have it.
And just Grubb getting the sack there.
They're not even sending 4 anymore. Like, there's, you know, they could just let this line do what they have to do and get it over with.
Days. Plenty of time in the pocket, actually, that time. And finds Crims down the field, 1st and 10. Can Aztecs get into this end zone here? Oh, Jans comes up with that. Good pass.
Good catch. That was a very good catch and pass by them too. Unfortunate that it wasn't in the end zone, but I mean, to make it the next play into the touchdown, that's all you need.
A quick score. 3 minutes left on the clocks. Only a 2-possession game.
Aztecs needs to come out, and they need a 3 and out. A sack early would be the best for that defense if they could get a sack early, and hopefully stop this kick return before the 30.
Yeah. We don't want to see like a suicide defense. I know the people on Aztec want to make a play, a huge play for their team, but they got to play smart coverage.
Yes.
Good bad. I'm surprised. Was that should have been that should have been a face pick. Honestly,
that was very close to being a face pick from another DN in this game.
That really should have been a face pick, in my honest opinion. That he was far enough away that should have counted.
If he just jumped like he was just trying to be like a spot bot and just jumped up, he would have had a face pick. But I think it's because he jumped forward. That's why he got the bat down.
Back rolling to the right. Gonna go to Toxic. He overthrows Toxic. Ooh, very, very dangerous right there. Jans could have gotten that pick, possibly. I think he was just a little bit too far away to actually make a play on that ball.
I think Shaq is playing with fate at this point.
Jack just needs to take the runs, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, why are you not taking runs?
They're looking risky. They're looking real risky. And that it's 3rd and 18 now. With this much time left, if they could get a stop here, Aztecs could be right back in this game.
Oh my God!
And there it is.
Days coming up with the pick. What is Shaq doing? I don't understand the play calling right now. He should be running the ball, but Aztecs looking really good right now with a huge momentum swing. They're lining up in a way to stop the run. I'm not sure what the defensive formation was right there, but it didn't do anything to stop the run because Days gets a first down.
I mean, they came out and I believe it was the 2-5. Maybe it was a misclick or something, but they're back in the normal setup for defense. So let's see what happens now.
Deep ball. Oh, just slightly overthrown. Avoid was able to get behind AK there.
Avoid got behind him. He did. If that ball was placed like back pylon, maybe Avoid might have been able to get the spot and catch that ball. That was very close.
Tidal needs to make sure they play over the top. They cannot let plays like that happen and allow Aztec to get back into this game.
Days is clicking this button to get these plays off really fast, saving time. Going down the field.
Good moves! Run. Might find the end zone here! And they do! Aztec bring it back to within 1 possession.
Okay. Aztecs has a chance. They have timeouts. They have 1 minute and 50 seconds left.
Block! Grub getting through and blocking that kick. Huge for Tidal.
Wow. So Grubb's got a face pick 6, a block field goal, and I believe 2 sacks now. So
Ices has room. Ices has a lot of room.
This is not what Aztecs needs right now.
After what seemed to be just a huge game-changing like couple of drives for Aztecs, they let up on that kick return and oh man, that was just tough to see from Aztecs right there. It looked like they were going to be able to come back into this game. But all Shaq needs to do now is run to the right and center this ball.
Yeah, Shaq, he has this game, quote unquote, in the bag as long as he doesn't throw it away.
Don't throw. Don't throw. Why?
He's really far back. This is not good. If he takes a sack here, it puts him out of field goal range, and he throws it away.
That was really close to being intentional grounding.
Um,
It hit the outside box.
Shaq just needs to run
Just
this
run.
up the right side. He needs to run it up the right side. He needs to stay in field goal position.
They find the first down. I guess they wanted the first down instead of taking a 2-possession lead, which to me is the incorrect decision. Now they can run the clock out, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know if Aztecs is holding timeouts. I didn't see because the ball was thrown away, so they definitely saved
And
one there.
Shaq running this along the edge, trying to find some room, cutting it back. Able to only get 5 yards on that. But questionable play calls coming from Tidal here.
So 2nd and 5. AK's got a huge block on that.
Yeah,
and
a
the diving
Void
block.
saves the touchdown. But that is a first down, and the game is now over unless Shaq decides to throw, which is entirely possible.
So Resp actually got a diving. I don't know if you've seen that. He got a diving body block on one of the dives. If he would have ended up getting both of those diving body blocks, that play would have been insane.
Oh, Shaq fakes him out. Took ankles there to get the touchdown.
So Aztecs almost had the comeback, man. The comeback was there. Unfortunate special teams error, and they let up 60, I think it was like 65, 68 yards, something insane like that.
Yeah.
That's just tough to see.
And that is a 2-point conversion.
I don't know if like maybe comms were like defeated because the field goal was blocked, but they had to realize that the game is still in their hands. They could get a 2-point conversion. They could tie the game if they just get a stop.
Yeah, they had so much momentum on their side. Even with the blocked PAT, they just had all the momentum going into this last minute of the game, and it just was all for naught with a couple of huge plays from Tidal at the very end. Oh my goodness, AK missing the dive.
So avoid getting a, what they call a garbage time touchdown, because AK, I don't know what he was doing, but at least it makes the win, a little less than what it was.
Yeah, and finding the 2-point conversion there. I've seen that a couple times from AK. I mean, I know this is garbage time, and he was just probably messing around a little bit, but I've seen that a couple times from AK where it's a deep ball down the field, and he dives, and it allows huge plays from the other team. Like, I've seen that in scrims and in league matches. But Tidal showing signs of cracking. I don't know. It was a very rough game from Tidal. At least through the mid part of that game. Like, they looked like both offenses looked really good early on. Tidal, they looked shaky through second half.
You know what it is? It's people get hungry for stats. And when people get hungry for stats, they tend to crack. Okay, and if you're going for stats and you start making mistakes, you start going into a habit of making those mistakes. So going for them stats and throwing all those interceptions, into double coverage, overthrowing, kept Aztecs in this game. If they just played this game, just to get down the field one play at a time, the score could have been tremendous because they had the turnovers. They had those underthrow balls by days,
Yeah.
But it was a great game. Aztecs, very close. Tidal, way to hold on to that. Very close.
Yeah, it was a really close game. This is the closest game Tidal's had all season. Like even the Comets game was a larger differential, which people would probably argue that Aztecs is weaker than Comets right now, but I mean, I've seen Aztecs play this season. It if Days fixes up a little bit of the accuracy when not under pressure, I think Aztecs is actually really strong.
You know, it's tough when you throw those early interceptions because you some people get down on themselves, like, you know, and it starts to be like, it feels like it's your fault. But the games are long games. It may feel like it's short, but as long as you could keep composure and just know that you're one score behind, you don't have to force anything. Just get the ball back, drive down that field, and keep the game close. And then hopefully your defense is able to make a play where that pick is basically obsolete at that point. So, if you're hearing that, just, stay calm, stay composed. Just get back to your nitty gritty and keep driving that ball down the field.
Yeah, you Aztecs, you guys showed a lot of really good aspects of your team, defensively and offensively. Defensively, I mean, you forced 3 picks, and got a goal line stand against
Yeah,
a very high-powered Tidal offense.
yeah, yeah. I mean, credit to the Aztecs line. Um, they let up. Let's see here. They let up 7 sacks. Okay, now they let up 7 sacks, and Days had 118 rushing yards. With the yards that were taken away from the sacks, I know we don't have the numbers or whatever, but if those sacks weren't there, I mean, Days was looking close to 200 rushing yards probably.
Yeah, and I mean, look at the amount of sacks that uh that Aztecs actually got.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. I
one,
mean,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. That is as many sacks as Tidal has taken the entire season. They had
yeah.
9 sacks taken throughout 3 games, and
And
Aztecs puts up 9 tonight.
going into this game, Tidal was averaging 12 sacks per game. That is a crazy stat line. And yeah, they let up 7 sacks. Like, oh man, you let up 7 sacks. But you just took them off pace on having an average of 12 and you brought them down on what they had. So going into next week when you guys play these next games, uh the line, man, they hold it down. They hold it down. Trust the line and just keep keep doing you. Keep staying, who you guys are, and like take this loss with a grain of salt, honestly.
And I think there's a score update from Shinigami IP, 95-0. Am I
No
reading
shot.
that right?
There ain't no way. There's not no way. There's no way.
Hold on, let me go to the score submissions real quick, cause that something seems off here.
Ain't no way.
Shinigami IP. What the hell? 95-0. Okay, no, it looks like there was a rage quit. There
Was
was,
it a
because they only have 5.
so did they not have enough players?
No, because I don't see any QB stats at all. So I'm guessing the QB had rage quit sometime during the game or disconnected.
So um
I mean, if
That's
IP, like, it
that's a
is an
tough loss.
option. It is an option for IP to play out the game if they have a disconnection or a rage quit. They did have the opportunity to pause and bring in a sub if they wanted to. But I mean that's just such a bad look.
So I'm looking at their stat line, and they had 27 sacks in the game.
Oh my
Um,
god.
and they had 8 interceptions. MVP had 14 touchdowns.
Wow.
So I don't know exactly
I
what
mean that
happened,
that was just stat padding at that point.
but listen, man, Silver, it was a pleasure. I'm glad we were able to do this again. It's been a while. I had a lot of fun. Shout out to both teams. You guys played phenomenal. Unfortunate Aztecs, you guys ended up, losing, but don't feel down. It was a close game. You guys kept it close when it was getting ugly. Uh, Tidal, congrats to you guys for holding on to the win because it got ugly. It got ugly, but you know they were able to hang on to the win, and it was a pleasure.
Yeah, it was great casting with you. I look forward to doing it again sometime.
Absolutely. Just shoot me a DM
Yep.
whenever you get a chance or whenever you find out your next
Yeah, my next game
match.
is probably going to be next week for a dual cast. I'm going to be casting your game uh
Really? So you guys
Friday.
get to see you guys wait, not this Friday.
Shouldn't it be this Friday? Or was there a
Oh,
reschedule?
are you so you're gonna be casting the game at 11 o'clock on Friday?
Yes.
Okay. All
It
right.
was Kingsman versus
Blizzard, right?
Blizzard. Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, I will definitely be in that game. Hopefully, I could put up some numbers. My last game, I had a few numbers. Almost got the dub. We were so close, so close.
Yeah.
But it's just like turning over the ball is a big no in this game because you turn that ball over and teams could punish in a snap of a finger. And all it takes is a snap of a finger, and those points just go up. But I'll let you finish up your outro and all that stuff, and hopefully I'll talk to you later.
Yep.
Take care, buddy. Take care, stream, chat. Have a good night.
All right, and as we end up for today, thank you all for coming out and watching the stream and the game between Tidal and Aztecs. A very good game, honestly. Almost a comeback win for Aztecs. They were right there. I mean, it was just such a close game. Tidal had a 3-possession lead at one point in the third quarter, and Aztecs were able to bring it back. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys all enjoyed the stream, and I will see you guys on the field next time.